the side of the A-Team. They are now playing with LK, who used to be part of BTG, but was also only their 6th player. And he was actually named 6 as well. So he changed his nickname from BTG 6 to the A-Team LK. Now, that is interesting. We have had, you know, roster swaps and players filling in previously for the A-Team already, with Uncle G getting prohibited from league play. But now LK replacing another member. Pretty interesting.
This is going to be a nightmare when they play against BTG.
Oh boy, LK and LK? Oh, hell no.
LOLK is what we're going to say when that happens. Well, TeamNut starting off the bans, and they decide that they don't like Protoss nursery rhymes, because when you're behind, it's not time to Dark Shrine, it's time to ban.
All right, and let's see if TeamNut can smell their opportunity for victory, and they ban it out immediately. But I think, wait a minute, we're going to have to pay special attention. Did LK actually replace Bruiser? Because that would have been interesting.
Oh, that would be sad. He's like one of their better players.
Yeah, he's one of their better players. He's also the dedicated Illidan player, so unless LK, you know, becomes the legacy of Bruiser, I don't think that would have actually been a necessary ban. But once again, we don't know if Bruiser is here or not. We're going to have to take another look at the names at the end of the draft. Let's see what comes out.
Once the game happens, and at the end, like you say, Maiev sneaks her way through into this game, as has Whitemane, and also Deckard, all those top support heroes. You just read them off the list. So A-Team, what do you prioritize? They have been the team that has been making the most heavy use of the Whitemane. So, assuming it's not their support player, Tui, who is tabbed out, then I expect we will almost certainly be seeing a Whitemane here.
Yep. Tui and Bruiser, both of those would actually be pretty crucial losses there for them. They don't seem to go for either of those.
Very interesting. Bringing out the Diablo, which is fair enough. Kaitu is a very solid Diablo player, so it's nice to pick that up for him, basically.
That actually be the Phoenix first Diablo all day?
Yes, it is. It's been banned every other game.
Crazy. All right, Raynor plus Maiev. That is certainly quite scary when it comes to delivering the damages.
Quite. It's a solid combo to start off with by TeamNut, so now the A-Team. It's their ban. Supports, probably, I think, due to the fact that they have first pick choice after the ban phase, so they can ban a support. Or a tank. They're going to remove the Tyrael. They don't want to face that Warden's Cage and Sanctification combo that they've run, in fact, and RPD have certainly run.
Actually true. And it's not just, I feel like, you know, Tyrael being the nice follow-up after Warden's Cage, but also countering Diablo as Tyrael is usually very good, because regardless of, you know, Apocalypse or more likely even the the Lightning Breath, that means that you're just going to be able to tank through it, and you don't even have to worry about getting slowed or anything. So I guess it makes sense to just have this, you know, save ban that could, in theory, you know, land that lucky punch against you. What are we going to see here? Malthael. Alrighty then.
A solo lane to deal with the Yrel. Very interesting. It also means that if you ban out some of the non-tanky tanks, Malthael will gain more damage against the tanky ones. And they bring out the Deckard Cain, choosing to prioritize that over the Whitemane.
Which is still
and
open.
And extra slows for Phoenix, which is fine.
Yep, absolutely true. The slows for Phoenix, of course, are amazing. More value from the Purification Salvo, and combine that with the Diablo as well. And there should be slows for days. Anubarak actually making it over the Muradin.
Yeah, this makes sense. It was the other lesser tanky tank and can punish a greedy backline if the A-Team want to go for it. And they bring out the Stukov. I was going to say they could either go for... I would like them to play the Stukov because the silence to follow up on the Warden's Cage, or the Whitemane and just go for the damage heroic. They choose the Stukov. It's a lot more of a usual pick in terms of follow-ups, and we don't even know if they can play Whitemane, the TeamNut that is. So, no Divine Reckoning today. And the A-Team, they bring out a Greymane. Good damage onto Anubarak, because the auto attacks, of course, go through the spell armor he gets on his shield now.
Absolutely. If you actually have a couple of attacks, you know, going through uncontested while in Worgen form, then you're going to slice that beetle to pieces. So yeah, interesting choices all across the board. Still surprising for me to see Anubarak over Muradin, but I'm not saying I'm hating it. But the Greymane definitely is one of those big question marks. Greymane. He's taken so many hits to his kit, so many hits to his damage numbers altogether. But still, every now and then we will see those explosive Greymane plays that still secure kills left, right, and center.
Exactly. So now then, let us get ready to head into the game. And we will also find out to see who LK is replacing here.
Yeah. We're going to see that at the team introduction, of course. I think it might have been Bruiser, but I could be wrong with that one. We're going to keep an eye open.
I've got the team list up so I can compare once we're ready.
Okay, sweet. All right, Tetra, TeamNut, A-Team. Do you think we're going to see a 3-point winner? Or do you think it's going to be another 1-1?
From those drafts...
Yeah.
I don't know, the A-Team's draft's just really good. I think from just the drafting style there, I think it could be a 3 points, but I also don't know how well the substitute's going to fit in for them. Well, we'll find out as they are preparing to head into game number 1. Can TeamNut get themselves a big points boost, or will the A-Team set themselves ahead? Let's find out. As we see on the left-hand side, it is TeamNut. And playing for them, it is going to be Mercy, Atui, Malthael, Nightmare, and Dia.
And facing them is the A-Team with LK, Olele, Bruiser, Stugos, and Itzkuk. And Tetra, who's LK replacing this week?
Jaina.
Jaina, there we go. You know what? I'm gonna be mischievous fella here. I don't mind it because we don't get confused with Jaina names anymore.
Yes, I always. That's always a win. So, in this case, this is acceptable. As we begin to see the start of the game. We still have Malthael though, so it's fine. And Malthael's also in this game. Why, teams? Why? As we see at the start of the game, we're going with the nicest Memento. Another Exterminator coming in here. Yeah. So that could be cool if they get Diablo in the silence. TeamNut pick up first blood.
That they do, but guess what? Nobody's on either side lane, so if they end up missing even just a couple of minutes now, this pickup on Diablo was probably not worth it altogether. But I think they should arrive in time. Irel definitely in range of the towers there. So you know what? Aside from, you know, obviously getting a nice chunk of bonus XP and the moral victory of getting first blood into your hands, you also prevent a couple of stacks from Diablo, and if he takes a longer period of time to actually get rolling and become tanky, that could actually be a really good thing for you to capitalize on.
Question. Does Exterminator work on the Dragon Knight?
No, it does not, because it counts as a heroic unit.
Okay, understood. Get wrecked. Well, almost as a heroic unit by Phoenix. For starters, Dia is still low, might actually die. You can see that silence being used to great effect. Bruiser finds an escape, Diablo dives in, and we will see Dia dropping down as Bruiser picks up the kill.
1-for-1 trade there. Itzkuk needs to be careful though, can't fall a second time here on the Diablo. He manages to get to safety. The healing fountains were ready for Bruiser as well, which is good because that means he can probably contest this top shrine a little bit more. But yeah, for those of you guys who are wondering, all piloted objectives like the Garden Terror, blessed be his soul, or its soul. We have the Dragon Knight, for example, as well, the Protector. Those take extra damage from stuff that basically affects heroes, such as the Ace in the Hole, for example, percentage damage from Tychus Minigun, etc., etc. But it does not count as a PvE unit, if you will.
However, there are exceptions to this rule. A Dragon Knight, for example, cannot be hit with a cursed bullet, as an example.
That is correct. That's a good point.
So yeah, they are vehicles which are sort of heroic, but not really. It's a hard one to tell.
Oh my goodness, man! Can you imagine a cursed bullet on the Dragon Knight? It would chunk so much XP away. I think that actually
I'm
used
pretty
to
sure
be
that
the case at release, right?
Yeah, there was a bug on it. I'm pretty sure that at one point it was not intentional. This was also not intentional. The A-Team giving up the first Dragon Knight to TeamNut. As they sneak that away, Urel immediately marches in and starts wrecking towers.
TeamNut, man, they're turning it up. Not only are they getting those kills against Diablo every now and then, but they also seem to be out-rotating the entirety of the A-Team. Look at that, Tetra. Pressure in the bottom, pressure in the middle.
And look at that, and look at this, Kendrick. Biotic armor coming in for the Stukov. That is unusual. 15 physical armor while the heal is active on them, and detonating bio kill switch increases that bonus by 35, giving them 50 physical armor. if he's able to pop the bio kill switch on multiple people.
Is that for a certain number of attacks or for a certain number of seconds?
That is armor, straight up armor.
Wow, so it's not even block charges or anything, it's just armored for a few seconds. That's actually amazing.
As long as the heal is on them, they have 15 physical armor. If he activates bio kill switch, an extra 35, 50 armor.
Good luck, Greymane, punching through that. I love the situational choice here, as you said, by the Stukov. Haven't really seen that talent. I think it was actually introduced with his latest rework, aka Balance.
No, it's been there for a while. It's just one good spread's really good. Silence, speaking of which, is also really good. Zones out Diablo, and they pick up Greymane, and TeamNut have decided to show up today, putting on so much pressure for the A-Team. Burrow charge, LLK is wrecked.
And you know what? They can continue this onslaught because the Beetles are going to intercept the fort as well. TeamNut, they know how hard they can hit, and they are not afraid to use those weapons.
If I don't see some TeamNut sprays in the chat by the end of this game, I'm gonna be sad. As we see TeamNut, they might not win the game, but they've put on a great start to begin moving towards it.
Wow, I have never seen such a fiery start by TeamNut. You know, it's usually a thing of not necessarily like can they do it, but can they execute it? Because their draft definitely has so much potential, right? With the Maiev, the Anubarak, that is just crowd control galore here. But oftentimes when you watch teams like TeamNut, right, the execution is not clean, the timing's a little bit off here for the CC chains. But this time they look on point. Cast a curse.
Although that was, not the best positioning. Camp is taken in the meantime, but Raider just got absolutely outpositioned there. The 4-man gank. And yeah, it's that kind of situation where you're like, well, yeah, fine. If he was too far forward in lane, it was his own fault, but there's nothing he could have done about it except not be there.
But if you look at it, Tetcher, that it doesn't even seem to bother TeamNut too much, because look at that, they're already going after Greymane again. The silence, not really the best one I've ever seen here by a 2e. However, the experience lead is still tremendous, favoring TeamNut by a large margin. Already the level 10 is here. They got an early structure. Look at that Divine Steed actually helping Dia to chase.
The slow from LK, though, that Plasma not able to lock him down. As we see level 10s come in, it's Containment Disc coming in for the Maiev here. Going to try and make some plays that way. Hyperion Flailing Swipe for the Stukov to try and prevent the hard engages of the multiple members. Now Theo makes it into the gate area, so if Diablo were to tackle him, he would go behind the gate and be safe.
So, speaking of more, hold that thought, Malthael goes down. The A-Team actually might suffer another loss as the Cocoon keeps Phoenix in position. The follow-up stun, that should be an easy kill. There it
that was close.
Yep.
Oh, Containment Disc. The double isolation composition, we have seen this so many times before. Unreal into the silence. Can they finish him off? Actually, there's a lot of assistance coming in from Deck and Kane. Slow is used, and Olele gets out. Stugos, the guardian old man there, able to save the life of his teammate.
Yeah, I think he survived because Raynor wasn't there to deliver, you know, the final tips of balance, of damage there. But you know what? They got a Dragon Knight in return. They're definitely going to take that trade any day in the week. So, TeamNut, it is one thing to achieve this early game lead with a pick comp. It's a completely different story, though, to maintain that lead throughout the entire game. On Dragonshire in particular, where teams can stall things out quite nicely. But already, look at that spread. Dragonshire keeping 3-4 people busy in the bottom lane, while the rest of them is moving towards the opposite side of the map, onto top.
They want to try and push this in. They're using the minion waves. They're clearing out the minion waves so they can push with theirs. Dragon Knight, like you said, playing very safe, consistent punts for just extra value while he waits for his own minion wave. And once again, this is the idea for the Dragon Knight. It's supposed to wait for your own minion wave to actually reduce the amount of damage taken. In the meantime, oh, this looks familiar. Lightning Breath going to try and be used to isolate it. It is a Lornado as well. Very effective by Stugos.
We just saw that interaction. That's actually what I was wondering inside my head. Can actually, you know, Containment Disc, can it stop the Diablo? But time stop effects, they override Unstoppable. The same goes for Void Prison, for example. Just because you're unstoppable, it doesn't mean that the Void Prison doesn't affect you. So they actually found one of the few tools to stop a Diablo from channeling the Lightning Breath. Pretty cool to see,
It does pause the duration of the Lightning Breath.
That is true.
Not like a stun where you just lose the ability or something like that. But TeamNut, they are looking good. The A-Team picking up mercenary camps, trying to get some more control of the map so they can try and bring themselves back into this, as level 13 will be hit by TeamNut very shortly.
I also like the decision by Stukov to basically go for that flailing swipe, because the massive shove, other than, you know, not landing on Diablo, probably wouldn't have gotten much value than otherwise. As we see, though, Mercy dodging so much damage to the silence is zoning, and Diablo might be falling.
The virulent reaction, knocking down Diablo to set up for this. The Cocoon is finally popped. Stukov comes around 4 to save, but the Urel kill. They've got an isolation onto Malthael. Silence, stun, dead. There we go. Took a little bit longer. D-E-D dead as TeamNut move on to steal the opponent's Mercap. Lightning Breath, though, will zone it with the salvo. Burrow charge for the shield, keeping Nightmare alive.
Nightmare stays alive, and the Nightmare also stays alive for the A-Team, because they are getting absolutely demolished in that game up to this point. Every single ability, every single tool that TeamNut is using thus far really seems to be perfectly on lock here, whether it's a containment disc to stop the Diablo from casting Lightning Breath, whether it's a cocoon to lock someone down only to kill them after. It is just a whole different team that we're watching here, Tetcher.
Yeah, TeamNut, I don't know where they came from, but I don't want it to go away, as they have suddenly shown up and are in full control of this game. 14 to 12 in favor of TeamNut, as they move down to bot, grab a Mercap, making great use of that Exterminator to kill the Mercap. And then they're looking for the double channel, but Urel is getting closed in on.
Uh-oh. There goes the circle. It's closing in onto the Urel, but she is too good to be caught up to this point. Dia's map awareness was pretty much on point here, but look at the A-Team already rotating towards the middle. They're not willing. They're not there to just let it go through. There we go. Good point.
They have control of top.
Good stuff.
So they have control of top, so this will prevent the double channel for the moment. The more they stay up in top, though, more value this Siege Giant camp's going to get. So TeamNut, they just run down here and just empower it even more. Now this is going to open the opportunity for them to either push with this or to send someone top lane. Looks like they plan on pushing with this and seeing if they can trap someone of the A-Team as they come down to clear this camp. Malthael on his Rainer shows...
No, wait, it's Cook. No. It's Cook. You can't do that.
You have to know. You have to know. You don't see him on the map. They don't have top yet, so where could they be? Finally, he sees them, and as such is able to take that position.
And I mean, TeamNut has the ultimate trapper combination there as well, right? Pick your poison. Cocoon, Containment Disc. There's so many tools to actually, you know, lay the foundation for an ambush with that A-Team needs to be aware of. Containment Disc missed, though.
It did. That's a pretty big deal, and as such, Mercy has to teleport away. Urel is able to re-grab top, so it is a double channel. Urel sneaking her way down, and, well, TeamNut are just going to use this time to grab a camp.
It is because they want that 16, right? They can buy a little bit of time here, wait until the 16 hits, and then with another talent advantage, they can maybe make the trap snap here. That minion wave from the middle should be enough. So Raynor is going to pick that up, and here it is. Paint them red for Raynor. More self-sustain coming in here. Also, we see the epicenter for Anubrak. Bigger stun radius. They can actually invade this with great ease. Or catch Diablo. Uh-oh.
Standard super strain for Stukov, who does not land his silence, or as such is not able to get his virulent reaction. Cocoon on Decker to try and prevent the sustain onto Yeetskook, who immediately drops the lightning breath. Salvo comes out, not enough though, with the containment disc on Greymane, prevents the fall off, and Hyperion snipes the teleporting feed in.
Shout out to Matt Horner and the Hyperion for sniping that target away. A beautiful dodge on Olele there as well. And here comes Dia. This has been a 4 versus 5 the entire time. And with Iril and Tau, they're going to try to catch more people.
They're looking for Diablo, stunned by Anubrak. They find Stugos, though they can't get that hammer off, though. There we go. Finally onto Yeetskook, and Diablo is taken out.
How to play ping pong in Heroes of the Storm, ladies and gentlemen. Diablo just got flung from left to right and right to left, and TeamNut with an almost 4-level lead. They're continuing their streak of just blowing people apart here. And Dia, beautiful closing from our observer here. That Dragon Knight is going to be a keep Tetra, I believe.
It should be. There's nothing left to do with it other than take down front walls unless they want to do all of those. But yeah, 13 kills to 2, level 17 to level 14. TeamNut, they look amazing right now, and they are going to easily take down the front wall. And with this double Mercamp 5-man push talent lead, there is nothing that can stop him now.
Absolutely true, Tetra. I love your phrasing there, but you're right. That magical damage production is going to be so huge for heroes like Phoenix with the salvo in Tau, for example. The keep goes down. Decker Kane is watching the inside of a web here up to this point. No follow-up here up to this point, though. I think the Nuts are happy with a keep. They realize, you know what, the core might be a little too ambitious for now.
They still want to try something though. Malthael sneaking around behind. They're making the most of it. Diablo gets tether punted. Here's a good salvo though. Slowing from the Malthael is not enough. But Malthael on that Raider is trying to kill off Olele. Gets absolutely wrecked in response though. It's up to Bruiser to try and carry this through. LK is getting zoned away by the Yarel. Bruiser is doing some insane damage numbers and some horrible things. Good knockback by Dia as Bruiser definitely tries to entertainment disc as they all dive. Stugos, they can't chase him down though. It's all about this Malthael. If they can kill him, they can try and make a play for more. They get him.
Oh, they finally got him. Death certainly looked very scary there for a moment, and they realized, you know what, guys? We no longer have HP and mana, so we're definitely not going to overstay our welcome here. Look at those nut banners in the middle. They are now basically another signal for the map dominance that the underdog team, the big underdog team coming into the series, have established here. Not a single structure they have lost to the A-Team, who on paper looked like the much more solid team, but with a substitute and shaky results as of late, this is not really the team we're used to seeing from the playoffs last phase and the early phase of this phase.
They have just shown up today. Wow. I really don't know what's happened to them, but I love it. As TeamNut have full control, they grab another Merc camp, they move up to the top area to trap anyone who rotates through. Yarel will see this. Anub is prepared to borrow for once they overextend. Dia, little bit of danger though. Mercy from over the wall gets a couple resets, even more damage being offered. Stukov, silence and virulent reaction, but the team's a little bit too split here.
Team is too split, and I just noticed a pretty exotic rare talent coming in, the Templar's Verdict for Irel. Not going for the Holy Wrath, but instead relying on the hammer, reducing the armor of the target it hits for 4 seconds. It's pretty insane.
We have been seeing that in a couple other regions. It does have some pretty decent value, but it is still cool to see, like you said.
Armor reduction on Diablo, who already seems to be struggling a little bit. Also, as a follow-up, right after the Cocoon, after the Containment Disc, you basically have more damage granted for your teammates than, let's say, the Holy Wrath could ever grant for Irel alone. So I like that situational call, right?
It is great burst if you can get it effectively. As we do see level 19 almost all the way through. TeamNut approaching that level 20 as the A-Team, well, at least they have level 16. They're actually on even talents right now, so if they wanted to fight, it's now, which is why they're playing so aggressively, but it's about to be too late.
All right, Bruiser finds a wild Dia. Oh, this is getting a little troublesome. Never mind. Is there.
Quick cancel on the Lightning Breath to try and move in position for CC instead of just keeping that going. Quite a clever move there by Yeatscook, but it's not enough. With Barden Defender down, double channel. It is interrupted thanks to Deckard Cain. But TeamNut, they have level 20.
Level 20 is here indeed.
Is that bubble hop?
Yes. I've never seen it in pro play, but here it is. Dia probably trying to absorb a lot of spells.
Salvo comes out, good damage onto the backline, controlled Chaos trying to zone it through. Mercy dives LK, but LK elbow to sneak away. Yeatscook comes in, dives for Dia, who's tanking through, and Diablo gets wrecked. Mercy is being chased down by Olele, who goes in for the kill, looking for a 2e, but the physical armor is too good. Olele getting a huge amount of damage. Phoenix goes down, finally Stukov dies, but so does Olele. Bruiser, once again, he is the survivor being chased down. Malthael trying to get him. Yeatscook coming in for help. Good, unstoppable. Nicely done by Bruiser.
Perfect timing there on the self-cleanse, as you said, Tetra, and that physical armor, though, by Stukov didn't look too shabby. That one time it didn't work out, though, was when Go for Throat was being used, because that counts as magical damage. So no physical armor in the world is going to save you there. But yeah, the plan, I think, for Dia here on that Irel is that he wants to absorb all of those cooldowns, all of those spells, only to then maybe absorb back, teleport back to base. But let's see if that one is actually being put to good use. I've never seen it in pro play in China.
He is battering away at the other members here, trying to buy his team some time and space. waiting for everyone else to come back as well. So they still need to wait for Stukov. Remember, no support. It's going to be a tough fight to make. Malthael getting focused down. In the meantime, Dia is just wrecking Bruiser. Fighting breath dodge.
And Mercia striking back though. Can't put
Mercy.
Diablo's still alive.
He is. He's got a potion right underneath there, and they actually kill off Raider. Spirit of Vengeance kills off Diablo, so it's 2 for 1.
The core is taking damage though. The Winians, they've made it through and broken through the defenses. Look at that. The A-Team is in complete disarray. They're going to lose this game.
No one going to deal with this. Cool. All right, cool. GG. TeamNut will take game
35.
number 1 in this series. Olele delays a little bit, but there's nothing you can do because the core is still dying. The minions will not be enough. Catapults will end the game, and if not, the Dragon Knight will do it.
Yeah.
As TeamNut take game number 1, and they actually have got a second point.
That is crazy. What is going on with the Nuts today? I mean, now I understand why people are calling Nuts power food, because they are absolutely crushing it today.